welcome to 2024, another episode of Walking Movies. I am Nick, and yes, back again. I think this is year 7. I think I started this as a podcast in 2017 when I got my unlimited card. I could have even started it before that, thinking about it, but regardless, it's been a while and it's another new year, and I'm making my first trip down to my local cinema. If you haven't already, the last video I uploaded was, the last episode uploaded was my favourite films of 2023. Please give that a watch. It's a biggie, but it always is. So we've got a lot of stuff to cover off. But I enjoy doing it, and hopefully you'll enjoy watching it. The film that I'm walking to today, though, is The Beekeeper. Now, there's some pretty big films that are out at the moment. Poor Things just came out, which I've been waiting to see as well. I chose The Beekeeper because I wanted something a little bit lighter than Poor Things. Like, I feel that that's gonna take a bit more brain power, and I just wanted something a little bit more cheesy to watch on a Sunday afternoon, hence me seeing The Beekeeper. I am seeing it in 4DX. There was given a free voucher to go and see a 4DX film, which had to be used for about 10 days, and it was either this or Wonka, so bear in mind I'd already seen Wonka, and I can't see how much fun that would be in 4DX. Before going to The Beekeeper, so I'll tell you what the experience is like, but obviously my opinion on the film will be based on the actual film itself and not how many times the seat decides to kick me in the arse, which is normally what happens when you watch a 4DX film with some fighting sequences in. But I don't know much about this film. I know it stars Jason Statham. I know there's bees involved, and I know that there's some shooty bang bang bits. I only saw a little bit of a trailer for this a while ago. I decided then that this is just something that I'm going to go and see regardless, so why bother seeing the trailer? But I've got no idea what it's about. I was thinking, what could the plot be? No pun intended. And I think if I was writing a film, if someone said to me, we want to make a film with Jason Statham called The Beekeeper, that's the premises you've got, create a film. I would say Jason Statham plays an assassin, a British assassin, who, because he's always British, who has retired from the game, got out, and started to be a beekeeper, and someone's been murdered quite near and dear to him. Not the queen bee. I don't think it'll be the queen bee. I think it will actually be a human, and it brings him out of retirement. Or maybe Jason Statham, retired assassin, keeps bees, and the bees make this honey, which is very precious, very expensive, particular type of bee, and someone tries to steal all the bees. That's another option. That could be the plot of this film as well. But I don't know. And I'm kind of glad I don't know walking into this film, just so I can, see the film unfold. I've not seen any reviews. I don't know what the Rotten Tomatoes score or anything like that is, so I'm really going into this blind, and I'm just hoping for a bit of fun on a Sunday afternoon. So I will tell you what I thought about The Beekeeper after this. Okay, well, I saw The Beekeeper, and it's not only an early contender for worst film of the year, it's also a contender for worst film I've ever seen. Oh my god, it's bad. It is so incredibly bad. In a nutshell, The Beekeeper is John Wick for idiots. I think that's the best way I can describe it. It has got some of the absolute worst dialogue I've ever seen in a film, heard in a film. So that's like the first thing. The action sequences are... they're not bad, but, you know, John Wick is obviously hyper stylized, quite unrealistic, and this is way more unrealistic as a film than anything in a John Wick film, which is a choice. The concept of the villains is interesting. It's one of the things I will give it kind of credit for, because in a nutshell it's about a series of companies that scam people out of their money. Think about how you get those virus pop-ups on your computer that say, oh, call this number to restore your data, that kind of thing. That's what the villains are in this film. So that is interesting. And when that happened, like the stuff that happens in like the first 5 minutes, I was like, okay, yeah, this is quite interesting, this could be good. And then it just continues. I mean, it is so I was laughing at times. It's just a mess, an absolute mess. I can't remember the last time I felt that way. Felt so strongly coming out of the cinema in a negative way as I do the Beekeeper. It is just incredibly bad. He's got some of, as I said, the worst dialogue I've ever heard in a film. I recorded a few of the lines that I remembered watching the film. There was probably a lot of others that I just forgot already. It's like that. I'm really interested now to see what other people think of this film. But for me, it is the absolute pits. And the last time I saw a film and felt so strongly against it, I think was Studio 666. And that was a better film than this, I think. And I was really disappointed with Indiana Jones, but there was still more to like about that film than there is in this. Everybody looks bored. Jeremy Irons, I hope, got a nice paycheck for this film, so at least there's some good that came out of it. But this is clearly, I mean, the attempts of being like a John Wick style rip-off. There's this whole bit about how the beekeepers are part of this hive, and you know, they're basically they you know, I guess like guns for hire and stuff. You know, there's elements of that even, like there's a bit with some text messages on the screen. Again, something very similar to what happened in John Wick. It's just a really bad rip-off that has none of the enjoyment or fun of a John Wick film. It's just, they were so desperate to do it. And I noticed it's directed by David Ayers, who I believe was the director of like the first Suicide Squad and Bright, which was a Will Smith buddy cop film where his partner was a goblin or an elf or something, that went to Netflix, which I also thought was really poor. But yeah, this was bad. If I'd have paid money to see this film, I'd have been demanding a refund. I felt like demanding a refund, full stop, because it was so bad. I didn't pay for it. My God. So, scores. 3 out of 10, easy. That's mainly because Felicia Rashid turns up. Jeremy Irons tried. And actually, what I haven't said is Josh Hutcherson, who's like the main villain in the film, is playing like a Mr. Beast style character, and I respect that. I respect his performance. And I mean, look, the thing is, Jason Statham is a good actor. We've seen it before, and he's good at doing, action-orientated roles. Like, he's obviously got some fighting skills and some talent there, but even in this, his actual acting is poor. I don't know if he thought the dialogue was shit. Probably. But yeah, this is just not something that he's going to be looking back at proudly. Would I recommend it? I recommend you see it just so I'm not alone. Not the cinema though. Wait for it to come onto streaming. It's a Sky original in the UK, which means that it will be on the Sky movie channels very soon. I don't know, in the States, Miramax are behind it, which are owned by Paramount, so I'm guessing it might go to Paramount Plus. I don't know. Absolutely do not go and see this at a cinema. It's not worth your time or money unless you want a really good laugh. If you want to go and get drunk and watch a film, or you want to get high and watch a film, maybe. Otherwise, no. 3 out of 10. Do not recommend unless you're going to watch it ironically. Wow. That was not the start I was expecting for walking movies this year. I really didn't. I didn't, don't get me wrong, I didn't go in expecting it was going to be some masterpiece, some modern classic, but I did expect it to be more enjoyable than this. Wow. Right, that's it for this episode. Nothing more for me to say or do, except don't go and see The Beekeeper. As per usual, please, if you've enjoyed this, like it, share it, subscribe. Subscribe's really, really key. I'm looking to do some new stuff on my channel, and I would love to set myself a target to try and get 100 subscribers by the end of this year. I'm new to all this world, so I don't know how possible that is, but I'm going to make a go of it. So if you could support me in that endeavour, thank you. It means a lot, especially when I have to go and see crap like this. So thank you, and until next time, remember that Flynn lives.